My day is basically sat down on the sofa waiting for something to happen, and that something could be, something trivial like, well, anything like or the door ringing, for example. Just somebody coming over, or because I'm more confined to the house now. Right, the reason why I'm at the stage that I am now is because I have a heart and lung problem where I've got a hole in the heart and high blood pressure in the lungs. Now, the heart problem wasn't discovered until I was 3 years old, where it was determined that it was too late to do anything with with my heart. My heart had already by that time caused irreversible damage to my lungs. So I guess since then, since late childhood, I've started to deteriorate, and I've deteriorated ever since. I went on the transplant list when I was 18 years old, and I thought this was going to be it. I was going to be able to, live quite a few years longer in good health. I was going to be able to get a job. I was going to be able to go to university. I was going to be a doctor, and I was going to have babies and all of that kind of stuff. At the start of when I was put on the transplant list, I thought, this is it. I've got my chance. 9 years down the line, I was taken off. My consultant can't really tell me very much. Um, I have already exceeded his expectations of me, and he's said before, every time he sees me, he's surprised because just last year he gave me a year to live, and I think I've almost exceeded that. I'm not sure, but I think I have nearly. It's just, I just exceed everybody's expectations. I often say that I wish I would rather have 6 months of good life as opposed to 6 years of poor health. I've always maintained that. So now that I've got a poor life, I would much rather have just weeks left of that with Richard and my animals, or our animals, and I would much rather just die sooner rather than later, because I've got such a strong personality that I just can't do it. I just can't do the condition itself. I can, take food and drink for myself, but for the rest of it, I do actually rely on Richard. Um, he basically dresses me, he washes me, he reassures me when I'm having nightmares, he helps me with my oxygen. If I've got it tangled up, he'll untangle it for me, and just loads of things that he does for me. And I'm stuck with just being able to eat and drink and move around in my electric wheelchair. 31 years old. I don't know what I don't really know what a normal 31-year-old does, because I'm at the stage where I'm sheltered from society, so I don't really know how a 31-year-old acts, but I'm pretty sure it's something to do in nightclubs and having fun, which I don't do. No. In an ideal world, yes, I would have babies. When I was little, I wanted 6 babies. Um, but as I grew up, I became more realistic, and I thought, well, I'll have two. And I thought, yeah, a little boy and a little girl, that would be just right. Not that I'm picky, but it wasn't meant to be, was it? I want to die. I do not want to carry on with the condition that I've got, but I am not depressed. I I'm essentially quite a happy person. Um, you know, I'm very grateful for the things that I've got. I can actually see that I've got some good things. I do have, there are areas of my life that are amazing, brilliant. But the undercurrent of that is the fact that I do actually have an illness. I want to be able to walk up the stairs and, you know, muck out the cat litter, or, you know, I want to be able to go outside and pick up the guinea pigs and bring them in here, but I can't. I have to rely on Richard to do all of that. So